Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is my review for Chasing Life Season 1, Episode 2, Help Wanted. Now, last week's premiere, I liked the show. I thought it was a good show overall. However, I didn't think it was that strong of a premiere. I enjoyed the premiere. I thought there was some good stuff in it. But overall, I just thought it was an okay show. However, this episode was really, really good. Like, this episode, I don't know why, but the show kind of reminds me of The Fosters. It just kind of does. I don't know why, but it does. But this show is actually, is becoming very, very good. I'm looking forward to the next few episodes. There's one problem I have with the show, which I will get to. But other than that, let's just get to this episode, because I overall really enjoyed it. I like both plots, I like where they're going, and let's just get to it. So, if you remember, at the end of the last episode, April met up with that woman, who claimed to be her sister. Overall, though, that whole thing for me, I think it's really stupid. It's exactly like The Fosters. Yes, I know The Fosters came on before Chasing Life, but The Fosters is doing it better, in my opinion. I think Chasing Life did it okay, but I just don't really care so much about that plot. The woman says today is her dad's birthday. I'm sure what to do. April attempts to indirectly extract more information from the woman, and she's very alarmed by April's questions. The woman leaves the cemetery, and as she rides off, April takes a picture of her license plate. It's because she wants to find out who this woman is. So, then she has a casual lunch with her friend Beth, her best friend Beth, who, of course, doesn't know that she has cancer. And April, Beth's telling her about this thing that happened to her, and she says, okay, now you go. And she says, I have been diagnosed with leukemia. And she thinks she's kidding, and she says, no, seriously, I have been. And Beth becomes very, very emotional. She's crying, she's expressing her fears about the potential that April may die, and Beth's emotions continue to get the best of her for the rest of the episode. Like, the rest of the episode, she's like, holy shit, like, oh my god, your gums, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, seriously, that's how she is the whole episode, and I understand why. She's a concerned best friend, but at the same time, she kind of overreacted, but I did think that was a very well done scene. I thought the acting in that scene was really good, and I overall really did enjoy that scene. So, then we see, she goes to meet, up with George, who, he is, telling her about her condition, about what leukemia is and everything, and the thing is, wouldn't she know what leukemia is if she had it? Like, wouldn't she know what it is? He's telling her what's gonna happen to her and everything, and he plans for treatment, and April tells her uncle that it's bad timing, and he responds sympathetically, without knowledge that April is yet to tell her family about the cancer, and George urges April to at least tell her boss. He says, okay, you don't tell your mother and your sister, I know they're already going through problems, just tell your boss, because he thinks it's the right thing to do if she tells her boss, because if she tells her boss might not be so hard on her, but so that's what he wants her to do. She wants her to tell her boss. So, before she can, though, April's boss gives her very good news that Bruce Hendry is entering into the political arena, and assigns her to be in charge of covering his campaign. He introduces April to her new supervisor, Raquel, and after her first conversation with Raquel, April, and basically, we don't know how this girl's gonna be, you can see that he's very happy about it, but we find out that Raquel is actually, she has a professional crush on the woman, but then she, finds out that Raquel is not only wise, but very vindictive. She kind of wants to take over, April's, big part in, her take over her role in the job, and it's kind of like she just wants to take over, so this girl's definitely stirring up trouble for April, which I do like this story. I think it's cool that they brought this girl in. But April then has a romantic rooftop date with Dominic, where she met his heartbroken and cynical roommate Graham. And this was probably my favorite part of the episode. I just really love this scene. It's probably my favorite scene in the episode. And Dominic convinces April to talk about her dark past in which she had a feeling with her uncle, falling out with her uncle, and April confides in Dominic and tells her story of her dad's fatal car accident in which George was in the driver's seat. And, soon after the accident, George isolated himself from the family. He went as far as not showing up to her dad's funeral. So we kind of figure out why she's so pissed off at George, because he didn't show up at the funeral because he was so upset at what happened. So, it's evident that George's absence during the family time of need has left a scar on April. You can definitely tell that. And Dominic talks about his admiration for April as being a strong and stable woman. He says he doesn't like drama or the damsel in distress act, hiding the fact that her illness is a lot more drama than Dominic would like if he knew. And April, of course, is very drunk. She's doing this the next morning. She wakes up, and she has no idea what she just told him. She's like, what did I just say to him? She has no idea what she has said. And basically she wakes up in Dominic's bed with little memory of the night before, and she's unsure of what she said or did. So she's calling up Beth, and Beth, of course, freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Are you bleeding? Are you okay?" Because she has cancer and everything. So that was kind of funny, but. So far, Dominic has shown no indication that he knows about the cancer. That's all we saw that storyline in this episode, though. So, did she tell Dominic about the cancer? I don't know. I think it's a very interesting twist and probably my favorite part of the episode. Then we see Raquel tries, and actually we see that April was late for this thing, and it turns out that Raquel is stealing April's first interview with Bruce Hendry. She stole it from her, and luckily though, April did get to speak with one Hendry that day, as she had a brief encounter with Bruce's son Leo in the parking lot. And he's very arrogant and smut, and Leo assumes April is a new intern who is surely also sleeping with his dad, and he speeds off soon after leaving a damaged car and a speechless April behind. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. I mean, that was kind of just like, okay then, I don't know what to think of that, but the episode ended with April discovering that the girl that she's trying to find, the girl claims to be her sister, her name is Natalie Ortiz. That's the name of the woman she met at the cemetery. So, I don't know if that's her name. And then Beth met up with April. She wants to apologize about her strange behavior and everything, because she's kind of overreacting about the fact that her friend has cancer, of course. She's kind of overreacting about that. And basically, she tells her, "I'm sorry about it reacting that way. I didn't mean to." And April says, "Oh, it's fine. I'm not upset about you doing that." And she then tells Beth, there's this girl that comes up with a restaurant owner. She's like, "Can you hold it up? My friend has cancer." And I thought that was funny right there. It kind of shows that kind of her cancer is an advantage as well. So I thought that was kind of funny, the way they did that. But then the very end of the episode, George agreed to be April's doctor, and this could be the way for them to rekindle their relationship. They have a very sort of interesting relationship, to say the least. It's very interesting between them, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going to go. I think the main plot was very strong in this episode. I enjoyed it more in this episode, as even though I don't really care for the whole sister thing, I don't really care so much about that. I did like the cancer stuff in this episode. I thought it was very well done, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of where that goes. So let's go to Brenna. Brenna, again, had a very interesting stuff in this episode. Actually, I think Brenna is actually a little bit more interesting than April. I just think it is. Brenna, as we know, went to that party last week. She's very, hungover, but of course, she confided in April to not tell Sarah about it. She told April, "Don't tell her mother about this." And of course, Sarah, she's busy on, dating and everything. So, she has no indication of doing this. And it's like, how can you not tell? Because she's making noise, and Brenna's like, "Mom, can you please not make that noise?" Seriously, when you have a hangover, that's how you act. So you can clearly tell that Brenna is hungover. She then asks April, but once Sarah leaves, she asks April to retrieve her lost phone, and the two are arguing back and forth, because Brenna refused to tell April about what happened to her at the party, and, because she never really told her what happened, and April lashed out at Brenna, telling her that she doesn't have time to sit around and do nothing, because that's basically what Brenna's doing, is that she's just sitting around her ass all day and doing nothing. So Sarah then gets a call on Brenna's on her phone, and she's like, "Why are you calling me?" And she's like, who is this Kiernan guy? And she says, "Brenna, were you at Soup Kitchen last night?" I thought that was kind of funny. But then Sarah finds out about Brenna's attendance at the party the night before, and Sarah's like, "You know what, I'm fine, just get the phone and come right back." And I thought that was a good way to react to it. I like that she didn't, overreact over, "Oh my God, my child went to this party, this unsupervised party, oh my God." I like that she didn't overreact. She was just like, "Alright, fine, just get the phone and come back." So she decided to do. So Kiernan, when she got to, she went back to his house, and Kieran teased her, but then invites her to an art show at a peace offering for her getting in trouble with her mom. So Sarah later tells Brenna that she isn't grounded, but needs to find a job. She needs to find a job because basically Brenna is just not doing anything productive, and if she keeps going to these parties, bad things are going to happen. So rather her go to a party, spend her time actually doing something productive, getting a job. So she wants her to get a job and everything. And she's very angry at her mother, and Brenna makes a smart comment about saying she doesn't know who her mom is, her mom not knowing who she really is, so that was pretty big. And basically, after her job hunt, she's searching for all these jobs. Her friend is telling her what kind of job to get. But Brenna then goes to Kiernan's art show, where she is harassed. Embarrassed from what happened at the party the night before, Brenna then hurries to leave the event, but Kiernan stops her. And they're at the and then Brenna sees this sign for a tattoo parlor. And Sarah was not happy to hear of the news that her daughter would be working in a tattoo parlor, but later reasons with her because, at least she got a job. So, yeah, luckily Brenna did get a job. So overall, that was the episode, and overall I did enjoy the episode. I did think it was quite a good episode. There were a lot of things I enjoyed about this episode. As far, with April, do you think that she did tell Dominic that she had cancer? He's not showing any signs that she did, but I think that she might have told him, and that I think it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Raquel, what do you think Raquel is going to do next? Definitely she's trying to sabotage April's job. She's definitely trying to do that, and we'll have to see where she strikes next, and I think that's really interesting. Do you care about the sister? I really don't care about the sister storyline at all. I think it's kind of stupid, and I just don't really care about it. I think it makes shows soap opera-ish. Will, George, and April make amends? I really hope they do make amends, because you can see that she is pissed at him, and she doesn't want to be, so that'll be interesting. I really hope they do make amends, though, for her sake. Brenna, do you think that she will be successful in this job? I really hope she is. She has a successful job. Do you think she'll be successful? I really hope she is. But that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry this review was short. There's not too much else happening on this show. It's not a show where I need to, do a 20-minute review of. Overall, I am enjoying this show. It's not my favorite show on ABC Family right now. I think it's a good show with a couple minimal problems, but overall, I do enjoy this show. And I'm also wondering, will she eventually tell her boss? I do think she's eventually going to tell her boss, so we'll have to see what happens there. But that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for the season finale of Awkward. So the mid-season, not the season finale, the mid-season finale of Awkward. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.